and to respond to some of our questions. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
I call Jonathan Young.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair, for the opportunity to speak again on the Crown Minerals Amendment Bill. Look, we understand if we look at section 41AC, the application for consent for change of control. In section 41AC 2, if the Minister is satisfied that there are compelling reasons why a relevant person could not comply with subsection 1B, and that 1B refers to notification or application for consent from the Minister must be made at least 3 months before the date on which the proposed change of control takes effect. So there are times when a company, the control of a company takes place quite quickly, and often unknown by the directors of that company, such as a takeover where shares are traded. Many of the companies or some of the companies that operate around New Zealand are not publicly listed, so they're not on the share market, but some are. And obviously around the world, they're publicly listed petroleum exploration production companies. And they are subject to potential takeovers through the share market. And so a change of control can happen that is not essentially foreseen or planned or in a methodical fashion and manner. And if that does occur, then they are in breach of these regulations of this bill, because they have not obviously and could not inform the Minister and apply for approval to do that change of control. So there needs to be an opportunity for a retrospective application. Obviously, when that takes place, and I believe that in this subsection 2, if the Minister is satisfied there are compelling reasons why a relevant person could not comply with subsection 1B, that is 3 months' notice, the Minister may receive an application by a later date agreed by the Minister, which date must not be later than the date on which the proposed change of control takes effect. So what I'd like to know is that those changes of control can happen so quickly. And if the letter to the Minister, it needs to be before the Minister, before that change of control takes effect. What if it takes effect through the sale and purchase of shares on the stock market, and there is this shift of control? So we obviously need clear provisions, and I believe there is discretion in this Act because that's something that we raised at the committee with the officials. But would be good if the Minister could be quite precise and to bring some clarity around this, around is that a compelling reason why a relevant person could not comply, and what sort of discretionary process takes place. Especially if that change of control has already historically taken place through that sale and purchase of shares. Is there a time frame? Is there a responsibility to forthwith at the fastest possible way to process that? Because we do not want to find companies who, in all good faith, see these sorts of activities take place in terms of a share sale and purchase, who then come into breach of the Act as it will be, who then can have their permit revoked. So we need all of those sort of processes as clarified as best as possible, that there is going to be provision for those sorts of processes and probably abnormalities of what normally would happen in the sale and purchase of, and the change of control of especially a petroleum exploration and production company.
The Honourable Damien O'Connor.
Look, thank you, Mr Chairman, and I appreciate that the previous speaker was asking legitimate questions.